In 18th century Spain near Barcelona, a man was born whose name was literally a date, Siete de Septiembre. In Spanish, it means 7th of September. He was given this unusual name because he was born on September 7th, 1749. But the strange coincidence didn't end there. According to records, he also died on September 7th, 1801. What makes the story even more unsettling is that the pattern continued in his family. His son was given the same name, Siete de Septiembre, because he too was born on the September 7th, 1774, and reportedly died on September 7th, 1826. Even more shocking, the next generation followed the same path. His grandson, once again given the same name, was born on September 7th, 1814, and according to accounts died on September 7th, 1862. Historians believe this story is based partly on family records and partly on local folklore. But whether entirely factual or not, 3 generations tied to the very same date makes this one of history's most unsettling coincidences. Friends, in today's video, we're going to explore 8 mysterious and truly strange people from history. So make sure you watch till the end, because every story gets more unbelievable than the last. Number 2. World War I had just begun. The year was 1914. Germany had a spy named Peter Karpin sent on a secret mission into France. But the moment he crossed the border, French intelligence captured him. That's where the story took a strange turn. France kept his arrest hidden from Germany. Instead, French agents began sending fake reports back to Germany in Peter's name. Germany believed its spy was still free and active, so it kept sending money for his operations. Money the French agents quietly pocketed. Years later, those same agents used that money to buy a car. Now comes the darkest coincidence. In 1919, that very car ran over and killed a man. When the victim was identified, the truth stunned everyone. It was Peter Karpin himself. The spy Germany thought was alive and working had been living in obscurity all along. And in the end, he was killed by a car bought with the money meant for him. Number 3. This is the story of one of India's most mysterious and longest-running court cases, the Bawal case. In 1909, Ramendra Narayan Roy Chowdhury, the second prince of the Bawal estate, traveled to Darjeeling for medical treatment. While there, his health suddenly deteriorated, and shortly afterward, he was declared dead. It was said that his last rites were performed in Darjeeling itself. His wife and family accepted his death. But the story didn't end there. Nearly 10 years later, in 1921, a sannyasi ascetic appeared in Dhaka. His face, mannerisms, and even physical marks closely matched those of the second prince of Bawal. The man made a shocking claim: "I am Ramendra Narayan Roy Chowdhury." The claim sent shockwaves everywhere. The Bawal queen and the family immediately declared him an imposter, presenting cremation and death records as proof. But many former servants, relatives, and local people began to recognize him. The sannyasi explained that after falling seriously ill in Darjeeling, he had lost consciousness. During his cremation, sudden heavy rain caused chaos, and in that confusion, he survived. He claimed that for nearly 10 years, he wandered from place to place with no clear memory, eventually living the life of a monk. What followed was a long and intense legal battle. In 1937, the Dhaka District Court ruled that the sannyasi was the real prince. The Calcutta High Court upheld the verdict. And finally, in 1946, Britain's Privy Council confirmed his identity in its final judgment. In the eyes of the law, the dead prince was alive. Even today, the question remains: was Ramendra Narayan truly a man who returned from death? Or was this the most successful case of mistaken identity in history? The Bawal case is still regarded as one of the most mysterious legal decisions in Indian history. Number 4. In the late 18th century, a ruler rose in Persia, modern-day Iran, who didn't rule by charm or compassion, but by fear. His name was Aga Muhammad Khan Qajar. He was the founder and first ruler of the Qajar dynasty, reigning from 1789 to 1797, and he played a crucial role in shaping what would become modern Iran. Aga Muhammad Khan was a brilliant military strategist. He believed that fear was more powerful than love when it came to ruling an empire. Guided by that belief, he crushed rebellions with extreme brutality. After an uprising in the city of Kerman, he took revenge so severe that it shocked history itself. Thousands were killed, and many others were blinded. This cruelty became both his trademark and, ultimately, his greatest weakness. In 1797, while staying in his military camp, he ordered punishment for two servants who had fought with each other. Because it was a holy Islamic day, the punishment was delayed until the next morning. That night, those same two servants slipped into his tent and assassinated him. The man who ruled an empire through fear was killed by the very fear he created. Agha Muhammad Khan Qajar is remembered today as a ruler who unified Iran, but did so at a devastating human cost. A king who built a nation while crushing humanity beneath it. Number 5. This image shows George Alexander Grattan, known in the early 19th century as the beautiful spotted boy. George was born in 1808 on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent, at a time when he was born into slavery. His body was covered with striking patches of light and dark skin. Today, historians believe this may have been caused by a rare skin condition, such as vitiligo or piebaldism. But in that era, it wasn't seen as a medical condition. It was treated as a spectacle. George was brought to Britain, where a showman named John Richardson displayed him to the public as a so-called medical curiosity. The image we see today is an engraving made in 1809, based on an original painting. Tragically, George died very young, at just 5 years old in 1813. His story is a painful reminder that in history, human difference was often turned into entertainment and profit. George Alexander Grattan, a child, a body marked by uniqueness, and an era where shock sold better than compassion. Number 6. This was Mithridates VI Eupator, the ruler of the ancient kingdom of Pontus, located in what is now eastern Turkey along the Black Sea. He ruled from around 120 BC to 63 BC and was considered one of Rome's most dangerous enemies. Mithridates was of mixed Persian and Greek descent, but what made him truly famous was something far stranger: his complete fearlessness of poison. Surrounded by Roman plots and constant assassination attempts, he chose an unusual form of protection. He began drinking tiny doses of different poisons every day, training his body to survive them. This practice is now known as Mithridatism, building immunity to poison over time. But the ending of his story is even more bizarre. When Rome finally defeated him and capture was inevitable, Mithridates tried to kill himself with poison. It didn't work. The poisons had no effect on him. In the end, the king poison could not kill, had to be put to death by one of his own soldiers with a sword. Mithridates VI, a ruler who learned how to defeat death itself, but couldn't escape the limits of his own legend. Number 7. Centuries ago in China's Hunan province, especially in Jiangyan County, a remarkable writing system was born, Nushu. It wasn't a standard Chinese script, but a language created, written, and understood only by women. At that time, most women were forbidden from formal education. Learning traditional Chinese characters was not allowed, but emotions, grief, friendship, love, and loneliness couldn't be silenced. That's where Nushu came from. Nushu was a syllabic script designed to write the local dialect. Women used it in quiet, personal ways, written on paper fans, embroidered into cloth, or hidden inside small handwritten booklets. It was often used in letters between women married far from home, in songs and poems shared among close friends, as a way to express pain, isolation, and hope. Historians believe Nushu dates back at least 300 to 400 years, though some think it may be even older. It existed because women had no voice, no access to education, but a deep need to keep their emotions alive. Today, Nushu has almost disappeared, but history remembers it as proof that when a society tries to silence people, they find a way to create their own language. Nushu wasn't just a script, it was the quiet voice of women who were never allowed to speak. Number 8. In the late 19th century, the life of King Umberto I of Italy became linked to a coincidence so bizarre that it still leaves people stunned. The king had a real-life look-alike, a man named Umberto Santini, who lived in the same city, Turin, Italy. What made it truly unbelievable was this: both men were named Umberto. Both were born on the same day, the same year. Both had wives named Margherita. Both had sons named Vittorio. And they looked almost identical: face, height, even their voice. The story became public when King Umberto once dined at a restaurant in Turin and met the owner, Umberto Santini. That's when the shocking similarities came to light. But the most chilling part came at the end. On July 29, 1900, in the very same city, King Umberto I was assassinated by gunfire. And on that same day, Umberto Santini also died from a gunshot, reportedly in an accident. One king and his double, two lives that mirrored each other until the very end. Was it just coincidence or history's cruelest joke? No one has ever been able to answer that. So which of these stories surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and for more fascinating history like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.